This video will demonstrate how the Halfway To tariff calculator works. You enter by logging in. The first screen that appears is the screen with the list of hotels. On the left side of the screen, the menu appears. This menu can be hidden. Also on this same screen, in the upper right corner, the option to select the language appears. You can select Spanish, English, Catalan, German, and French. In this same area, you can also set halfway to full screen. Press the ESC key to return to the normal screen. You can edit the profile information of the user you logged in with on halfway using the User Profile button. You can view your profile information and update it. Return to the hotel screen. You can see that 2 demo hotels have been created at this point. The MC New York Demo Hotel and the MC Demo Hotel. The test will be performed with the MC Demo Hotel. You can see that on the right-hand side of the hotels, there are a series of icons. These icons are used to view hotel information, to update hotel information, to edit room mapping, to edit rate rule amounts, and to clone all the information we have on rates, rate rules, and rate amounts in a newly created hotel. After creating the new hotel, you can clone all this information so you don't have to edit it all by hand if it is exactly the same information as the other hotels in the chain. The trash can icon is used to delete a hotel. If you select the first option, the hotel information is displayed. Here, you will also see several buttons that can be used to perform a series of operations. You can update, which would mean entering to edit the information. You can see the room layout. You can see the amounts applied to the rate rules. And you can return to the previous screen. All these operations can be performed from here, or by using the icons that appear on the right side of the hotel screen. The pencil icon takes you to edit mode, where you can edit the hotel information. Using the room map icon, you can view the room map, because in some cases the extension number may not match the room number. In this case, being in a test environment, this is how it is. And what you have to keep in mind in this test environment is that extension 611 corresponds to room 102, which is the room that will be used to perform the tests. A series of calls have been made from extension 611, and you will see that these calls are processed, sent to Ulysses, and Ulysses displays them in room 102. Return to the hotel screen. You can also view and modify the amounts of the rate rules. Each rate has rate rules, and an amount is applied to the rate rules. For example, an international call has an amount of 1.3 euros per minute. A call to a mobile phone has an amount of 0.65 euros per minute. All rate rules have their amount. There are also calls that are free of charge. For example, here you can see a rate rule with a 0 charge, which is a free call. On this same screen, you can also see that the rate rules have a weight. This weight is what defines which rules are processed first. If there are 2 rate rules for national calls, for whatever reason, one rule can be given weight 1 and another rule weight 2. In that case, The rule with weight 1 would be processed first, and then the rule with weight 2 would be processed if the rule with weight 1 has not been applied. Return to the hotel screen. Using the clone icon, you can clone all the information about rates, rate rules, and rate rule amounts to the new hotel. And using the trash can icon, you can delete the hotel. If you go to the next menu item, Rates, you will see two options, Rates and Rate Rules. In Rates, you can create rates for different countries. In this case, there are 3 rates: the rate for Spain, the rate for France, and the test rate. 4 icons appear to the right of the rates. With these icons, you can perform the following operations: view information, edit information, view the rate rules for this rate, and delete the rate. You can also add a new rate on this screen. Clicking on the Add Rate button opens the form to create the new rate. You can also enter Edit mode to edit the rate. From this point, you can also access the rate rules to see what rules are in place. You can also create rate rules using the Add Rate Rule button, or you can edit an existing rate. These operations can be performed by entering directly into the rate or from the icons that appear on the rates screen. You can also filter by rate. If you enter Spain, it shows the rate for Spain, and if you enter France, it shows the rate for France. If you do not enter anything, it shows all rates. Filters can also be applied to the other halfway screens. For hotels, you can filter by hotel, address, location, province, country, or email. The same applies to rates. You can filter by rate. In Rate Rules, you can see how many rate rules correspond to each rate. You can add a rate rule. You can edit or update it. If you go to the call log, you can see that in the call log you can also filter by the different fields. You can filter by hotel, you can filter by date, you can indicate, for example, the days from the 10th to the 11th and apply, and you will see the calls from the 10th and 11th. If you remove the filter, you will see all calls. In this case, you can see that 2 calls have been made previously, as indicated, 2 calls from the test hotel. These are the ones that will be used in this case to do the demo. Here you can see that a call has been made to a mobile number and a call to a landline number. You can also go to the configuration section. In this section, you can create users, roles, permissions, routes, and make the appropriate assignments for each user. Return to the call log screen, filter by the demo hotel, and you will see the 2 billed calls made from extension 611, which corresponds to room 102. Now, check that these calls have been sent to Ulyces and processed. Enter Ulysses. Go to room 102. Go to the bottom of the screen to see the latest calls that have been processed and charged. Enter the call details. Note that we have a call made on the 12th at 8:37 to a mobile number. This call corresponds to this halfway record. It appears that the call is billed. It is clear that it is a call to a mobile number. It is clear that it is 45 seconds long and costs 0.65 euros, which is exactly what the details in Ulysses indicate. Here you can see the amount of 0.65 euros. Now, the next call is checked. The next call is a 72-second call to a landline number made on the 12th at 8:38. If you now go halfway, you can see that there is a call made from extension 611, which corresponds to room 102, lasting 1 minute and 12 seconds, which is 72 seconds, costing 0 euros and 26 cents, and to the landline number indicated in the additional information that appears in Ulysses.